Hey guys, tonight for dinner I am making Mexican lasagna. This is a great quick recipe if you have leftover protein that you want to use up or leftover vegetables. You can use any combination of vegetables that you have for this recipe, and you can use any protein that you want, or you can even make it vegetarian if you prefer and use vegetables instead of whatever protein. So for me, I have a ton of leftover chicken, so I'm actually going to use chicken as my protein. So what you're gonna need 2 cups of whatever protein you prefer or whatever vegetables you prefer if you're doing vegetarian. I have leftover chicken, and then you're gonna heat it up in a pan. I added in a can of refried beans, a can of salsa, and some taco seasoning. So you're gonna just heat this up and let it get heated through and mix it all together. So it's kind of like if you're making lasagna, this would be like the meat mixture. So I have that heated up. Next, I am using, instead of our noodles, I am using these protein wraps. They have 12 grams of protein. They're lower carb, so these are what I'm using for my noodles. What I did is I took a pie pan. You could use a lasagna dish. I prefer a pie pan because these are round wraps and they fit in here perfect. But you're gonna take your pie pan and just put a little bit of salsa and a little bit of hot sauce on the bottom, and then put in your wrap. So we're gonna layer it like we layer lasagna. So I have that, and then I'm gonna take 1/3 of my meat mixture and I'm gonna layer it in here. Like so. And can you guys see this? Okay, so then we're just gonna put it like that, and then we're gonna top it with our cheese mixture. And so for the cheese mixture, I have 2 different kinds of cheese. I have mozzarella and cheddar. So I'm gonna mix about 1/2 cup of each with a little bit of Greek yogurt. And then I'm gonna put cilantro in the cheese mixture. I'm not actually gonna measure because I'm just not gonna do that. So I'd say about 1/2 cup of each, and then about 1 cup of Greek yogurt. So this is our cheese mixture. Just stir it around. And then I'm gonna add this would be like if you were using ricotta or cottage cheese. Instead, we're using Greek yogurt and regular cheese. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more to that. All right, let's see how that looks. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some cilantro in here just because it makes it look pretty, honestly. And then stir that around. So then we're gonna layer on top of here about 1/3 of this, and then spread that around. And then we're gonna repeat. And we are gonna layer another protein wrap, some more of the meat. Like that. And I said 1/3 of the cheese. We're actually gonna do 1/2 because we're not going to, we're only gonna do the cheese twice. We'll top it with the meat mixture, and we'll top it with a little just of the shredded cheddar and our toppings. So then we've got that. Going to layer it like so. Then take another protein wrap. And then the rest of the meat mixture we're gonna put on top. preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And then this fits in there like perfectly. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit more cheese, shredded cheddar, and top this like so. Then I'm gonna take my toppings. So I have a combination. These are just leftover from my meal prep, but you can use any combination. These are tomatoes, cucumbers, and red onions. I have leftover cabbage I'm gonna use as well because I'm all about the colors. We've got some black olives that I'm gonna put on top, cilantro, canned jalapenos, and some pickled onions because I am all about the color and all about the toppings. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I'm not really gonna do the cucumber because I don't feel like that would be very good on here. I'm gonna try and avoid that and just do tomatoes and red onion first. And when we bake this, we're gonna save some of these so that we can top it with after as well and have it like fresh. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. Then I'm gonna take some of this cabbage and do some of that. Make it look pretty. Then I am going to do some cilantro. But you guys, you can use any vegetables, any fresh herbs, like whatever you like. If you wanted to do green onions instead of cilantro, you could do that, or parsley. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of black olive. I'm not gonna use this whole jar because we'll save some of it for after. And then I'm gonna do a couple pickled jalapenos. I'm gonna use a different one though because that one's all full of black olives. So we're just gonna do a couple pickled jalapenos. And then I'll do more on top afterwards. I'm gonna do some of these pickled red onions just because they're so pretty. Look at how colorful these are. These are like, I made these yesterday and they're so pretty. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of these for some color as well. And then after, when we serve it, we're gonna add more of these toppings. I'm gonna lay it on a bed of spinach first. We're gonna cut a piece of the pie or the lasagna, put that on top, and then I'm gonna take some more of this Greek yogurt and top it with that instead of like sour cream. It's gonna be our substitute for sour cream, a healthier version. So we've got all of this on here. It looks so pretty, so good. You can use any vegetables you have. It's gonna taste just as good. It does not matter. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more cheese and top it on top. And then we're gonna bake it for 30 minutes just to get the cheese melted and bubbly. We're gonna take it out and then we're gonna let it cool for a few minutes, 10 minutes or so. Cut it, put it on top of spinach and serve it with all of our toppings that we just topped it before we bake it. We're gonna put more of those toppings on after, and then a dollop of Greek yogurt. That is it. That's my Mexican lasagna. Hope you guys like it.